Ever get that feeling when you look at your payslip and see that, that jumble of letters and numbers there, and you wonder how much tax you're actually paying?
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to try to clear some of that up thanks to the experts at ProTax Accountant, they're that renowned UK firm. We're going to get under the skin of one of the most common elements of that tax code, the cumulative tax code.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're employed in the UK, chances are HMRC is using a cumulative tax code to work out your income tax through the payee system.
Okay.
Think of it like a financial odometer, constantly tracking your earnings and tax, from the moment that new tax year kicks off on April 6th.
An odometer for your money. I like that. So it's not just about what you earn in a single month?
No, not at all. The beauty of the cumulative system is it takes a running total of your income for the entire tax year to date. It also looks at how much tax you've already paid.
Okay.
This allows it to calculate how much tax should be deducted in your current pay period, all while keeping the bigger picture in mind.
So the goal here is to stop us from being hammered with a huge tax bill at the end of the year, or even the other way around where we've overpaid and have to jump through hoops to get it back.
Precisely. It's about smoothing things out by spreading your tax-free personal allowance evenly across the year. The cumulative code aims to prevent those nasty surprises, and it's the standard approach for the vast majority. About 85% according to the latest figures.
85%. That's almost everyone. Now, when I look at my tax code, I usually see a number followed by a letter. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, the standard tax code for this tax year, 2024-25, is 1257 allowance. The number 1257 is directly linked to the personal allowance. That's the amount you could earn before income tax kicks in.
Right.
Currently, that stands at £12,570, and it's set to stay there for a while.
And that's the bit that tells us it's cumulative, right?
Not exactly. The L simply indicates that you're entitled to the standard personal allowance. The fact that it's a cumulative code is the underlying principle of how that allowance is applied throughout the year. And see, instead of dividing the £12,570 by 12 and applying a fixed amount each month, the cumulative system looks at your total earnings since April 6th and calculates how much of your allowance you should have used up by that point.
Ah, I get it now. So even if my monthly income fluctuates a bit, this running total approach helps to even out my tax deductions over the year.
That's a key advantage. Let's say you have a month with a bit of overtime. The cumulative code takes into account your earnings in previous months, ensuring you don't suddenly jump into a higher tax bracket for that one month without considering your overall year-to-date income and allowance used. It's designed to be more responsive to your overall financial picture across the tax year.
That makes a lot of sense. So for most of us with that standard 1257 L code, this cumulative system is quietly working away in the background, making sure our tax deductions are generally on track.
Exactly. It's the engine room of income tax collection for the majority of UK employees striving for that balance. However, it's worth knowing that sometimes this smooth operation can hit a bump in the road.
Like what kind of bumps?
Well, a common one is when people change jobs, if there's a delay in your new employer getting the correct tax information from HMRC, or if there's just a payroll error, you might find yourself on an emergency tax code.
Emergency tax code. That sounds a bit alarming. How does that differ from our regular cumulative one?
The main difference is that emergency tax codes, which you might see with suffixes like W1M1 or sometimes just an X, don't use that year-to-date running total. They essentially treat each pay period in isolation and often apply your personal allowance on a non-cumulative basis. This can sometimes mean you end up paying more tax than you should in the short term.
So even with this generally helpful cumulative system, we still need to keep an eye on our pay slips and tax codes.
Absolutely. Your payslip is your window into how your tax is being calculated.
Right.
Regularly check that the tax code is what you expect, and if anything looks unusual, don't ignore it. The same goes for any correspondence you receive directly from HMRC.
And if we do spot something that doesn't look right, what should our first move be?
HMRC has made it easier to check and manage your tax affairs online. Setting up a personal tax account through the gov.uk website is a great starting point. You can usually view your tax code and even report discrepancies there. They also have a helpline, although be prepared for potential wait times.
So the cumulative tax code is designed to be a fair and consistent way of deducting income tax throughout the year, but it's still on us to make sure everything is as it should be.
Precisely. Understanding the basics of how this system works empowers you to be more informed about your own finances. And if any of this has sparked further questions or you'd like personalized advice tailored to your specific situation, the experts at ProTax Accountant are an invaluable resource.
Right.
They can provide the clarity and guidance you need to navigate the UK tax system with confidence.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.